The poet says, जो सबके रह ज्ञान एक रस, ईश्वर जीवन भेद का होकस. If the same knowledge is there in everyone, then what is the difference between Jiva and Isha? When you say such thing, that this is my religion, not yours, then you are closing my mouth. And that law has to evolve to that extent. No, when we are earthlings, then we have a right to comment to what you consider mine and yours. So it says, yoga karmashu kausala. That means if you are doing your work excellently, then you are already in yoga. If you become totally free from identity, then you become Guru disciple. That's why we say, when we are ignorant, Guru's role is to demolish our ego. When we become knowledgeable, his role changes. Now he has to, suppose you become infinite, then his role is to tell you that you exist. You will not know. You are expanding infinitely everywhere, in every direction you finding yourself, then who will tell you? When our I means eye of wisdom, become like this, that we don't see, we become in a way incapable of seeing ugliness. Whatever we do, we don't see ugliness. Because then whatever you will say will also be beautiful. If you say how the knowledge traveled, then we are alone there on the earth. There is none. That is why the responsibility is more. You are born with that mandate, that you have to uphold this for the welfare of all. You have to keep your country as an example for others, and you have to look after whole world also. What we call ourselves. Let's keep varying. As I explained one day, that people say antar man and antar atma. So whether the voice is coming is that of the mind or that of the soul. Soul's voice is always clear.
Guruji, the prayer that I've been saying has changed from the time I started from my initiation to my current days. So the question is regarding values. Do the values also keep changing over time, and are they different at different levels, like body, mind, self, and the soul?
Values are same, only our seeing keep changing. Because when we say order of priorities, if the values are not same, then it will become very confusing. So values are same, our understanding keep changing of the values. Because values ultimately means priorities. Practically, if you think about it, anything, value means what is your priority. Suppose same what we have examples in life, because they only relate. So whichever service you are doing, this is work I am doing. Suppose your life is under threat while doing your duty, but your priority is to do your duty. So life becomes secondary. So does life is not of value. We are doing everything for life. So we are pro-life, and life is very valuable. Everything we are trying, even sacrificing life to save life. Somebody is drowning. So you are a swimmer and you are going to pick that person. Suppose something happens and you are also drowned. So in line of duty, you got drowned, but you put your duty before your life. It doesn't mean that you were not valuing your life, because duty's call was like that. So that is how it is. So now suppose you are a political worker, just a small political worker. You are doing everything, doing as a karyakarta. Suddenly you become some prime minister or chief minister. Now there are bodyguards around you, everybody is protecting. You are same person. But what has changed? Duty. Now you are, for so many people, you are important. So many people's life depend on you in subtle ways. So they are protecting you. They are not protecting you. They are protecting themselves. As a community, as a country, we are protecting that. You are just a means there by chance you happen to be Prime Minister. What is difference between you and any other citizens? Can any Prime Minister say that I value my one citizen more than me? Can't. Right, quite the reverse he may say. I value my citizen more than my life. But we made a system to protect him. Are we protecting that way to every citizen? Giving them. So it's need based. So value is prime. And that is defined by order of priorities. So that is where this Miraji had asked one day, is this Dichariya or what is there? So if that is correct in whole world, then people will become very disciplined on their own. So they will not know by doing what their lot in life has changed. It is not that mathematically today I was sitting in meditation, so it happened. But regularly, if you are doing that, you means everyone, the life of the planet changes. Its consciousness level goes higher. Now those values will be same, but order will change. Our order of our understanding them, of following them. Now it will be different.
Remembrance or devotion, if I
Yeah.
take that as a value, now is it different at the body level, mind level, self?
Yes. So there are two things generally what happens when we are doing that when you are immersed in work. So before starting work, we remember, and if you are really immersed in work, you don't remember anything other than work. So that is from where these definitions come. They are descriptions. Definition means description of a situation properly. That's the word meaning of. That's the definition in behavior. You are describing a situation. So it says yoga karmashu kausalam. That means if you are doing your work excellently, then you are already in yoga because you are totally immersed. So that is the one meaning of the remembrance which you are saying. Isma rati. Isma adhasam. Isma means to be. Rati means getting devoted to smriti. So when you connect, it becomes smriti, remembrance. Because if you do that, then you get totally involved in the work. That time also, because you started with remembrance, so it is like putting that force, it is going there because there is no obstruction. Newton's law. We have put some force moving in this. These are ways to make you understand, but this is how it is. So remembrance is of that. Another is when you are sitting and really remembering as a work, and that is there. So this is also remembrance, and that is also remembrance. Both are there. So when it becomes crucial, then of course remembrance is remembrance. That is automatically comes, which becomes an undertone within. Because more and more you keep becoming wise, more you keep moving towards oneness in all respects. See, same dots, they will connect to you differently. Such as what we say, then we become totally tuned. Then everywhere we will listen to the voice of the Guru. From anywhere you go, you will connect in such a way. Nothing else changed because that is the truth. But to reach that truth, that is what we call Shruti or Veda. It is not, it is secondary to read a Veda as a slok. It's not, that's very formal structure. That is why people we say here Guru is the Shastra. Shastra is not Guru. People when they go to this, then ugly situations happen. Because that will lead you to the ritualism. Now if you, then this will become very gross. Then there will be fight for position. No, I am that, why are you not following me? So this is what happening currently in the situation. We have seen so many things, such instances. What for Shankaracharya has created in such a small life format to unite people, to give them the same. Is that happening now? Or is that same message coming? So somebody else is taking that role in the society, so that position come. No, I am on that position. How come others are doing that? Are you supposed to? No. What is what? So you have gone for Vedas means this is sloka, that pustak, that I have read, so I am that. Doesn't work because the reality is dynamic, it's moving. So real remembrance works that way because that's what the Guru Vani, Ved Vani, Param Vani, all are Vani means that is wisdom, Saraswati, all are the same synonyms only. Ultimately, Atma Vani, that means the soul voice, what it is. So it is same. Why we connect? From as long back we know. What is that? This question I have asked you people, so many whose example should we talk about? Because both kinds of accusations come out. If we talk about people who were born earlier, then say you are going back in ancient times, you are trying to do revivalism and all. Now, if we don't talk about them, then say, no, you are so egoist, you are talking about this time only, you don't know those things. Then what to do? So we say, where will we agree? We agree on wisdom, that whether they were born very early or so many years back, or they are now, both we are sharing is wisdom. They also, what they said was wise or not. Today also, whatever is our level of consciousness, whether it is wise or not. So our reasoning, our purity, clarity, everything is coming. If that sounds us to be true, then we follow. So that is always there. How can this, if you are saying it is eternal, souls, when you say it is only by indication. Soul is only indicated, experience is your own. So what is being told is, what is inside you as soul, that is inside me and that is inside everyone. So it is one and same only. Then how can it be different? Why it will not be the same voice? So when we say voice, then confusion arises. Because suppose you are speaking in English or Malayalam or Tamil and Telugu, we say, where is the voice same? Voice is same only, your language is different. So that way, when you go beyond words, that is why everything matches. When Krishna says Shabdadi Vishyan Tyaktva, that when you go above these words, then you sit in meditation, Rag Dvesh Vidishvichar, then only your Rag Dvesh will go. Otherwise, Rag Dvesh means attachment to something, Dvesh means simple words, two ish, two gods. If you have two gods in mind, that is called Dvesh. Or Niche you come to that is jealousy, that is very gross meaning. But word meaning only you take, pure as it is. Dvesh, do ish. Dva plus ish, Dvesh. So if you have two, then you are in problem. Because order of priority will be in turmoil. If one is, then it is clear. If two then say go south, one say go north, then you are in the middle. Neither you follow this, neither that, you fall in between. So, remembrance as a ultimate thing is that way. So when you keep becoming subtler, then you will listen everywhere. You will connect that this is what it means, and you will listen because that is same everywhere. Till then it is journey. That's why like Krishna says, 4 kinds of people come to me. Artha, Artharthi, Jigyasur, Gyani. Now what is the difference? So Arth means when you are in distress. Now when you are in distress and you are perceiving somebody that this person will solve my problem. So there being two is a given. You are distressed and you see solution. So he said, no, this person will solve my problem. Arth. Now you have somehow moved from that. Now you have become a total Jivatma. Now you know I am this and that is there, but we are same. So now you become Artharthi. Artharthi means you want to know the meaning of the meaning. Arthi. What is the real meaning? When we are same, one, then who am I and who is that? So then you start Jivatma, that is the level, you go that. Now, if you come to know, no, we are same only because sometimes ignorance I am gripped by, then you become seeker, jigyasu. No, this all is Maya. I only have to make this somehow, not my this condition should not move in any way. Now since I have come to way, he and me are same. Why this goes somewhere here and there and I forget it? When I have come to know very clearly, then why I am not staying put there? So he becomes seeker, totally attentive. When he becomes totally attentive, then you become niruddha. So now you are there. See, these are states of realization. In old language I am speaking, Sanskrit's old dictum this is. So they are chipt, vichupt, mood, ekagra and niruddha. Niruddha is the last stage of consciousness. You become like that. Now you know, you have become knowledgeable. So here the poet says, जो सबके रह ज्ञान एक रस ईश्वर जीवन भेद का होकस. If the same knowledge is there in everyone, then what is the difference between Jiva and Isha? It means he is putting question that there is no difference, because it is saying like that is considered impolite. So they say question. What is the truth? They put as a questions. What is the difference when this is there? That means purport is that there is no difference. So Jnani. Now when you become Jnani, then you come to the present. Now only you become sadhak. Before knowing anything, becoming knowledgeable, how can you become sadhak? What will you balance when you don't know? So now you know that this is how your relationship is, this is how you are, only you have to balance this relationship. You have to never forget all these which you have come up to this. Then you become sadhak. When you do sadhana, then you become siddh. That means they say siddhim praptim. That's how you get that siddhi. So then you become siddh. Then only now you are devoted only for you are there. So then the stage of Isht comes. That is how these very many devatas which know, these are Isht devas they are called. When you are Isht, that time these two go parallel. Then you become Bhakt. They say Shiva is devotee of Ram, Ram is devotee of Shiva. Both are Isht. Somebody is considering ultimate as Shiva, somebody is considering Ram, somebody Kali, somebody Krishna. But from where it is seen, there is no two. It's like same material, you made this image and another made this image. This clay is same. So it's your choice that I like this way. So they are same. So they are also, there is no business other than being devoted to each other. So that is why they become Bhakt. Till then, Bhakt doesn't apply. When this everything is gone, then only they become disciple. That is called Shishya, and there is nothing beyond this. That is where this slok comes in Upanishad, which we often quote: Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Avishishyate and Shishyate, both are the meaning there, because when language become like that, it becomes very clisp, means interwoven. So there are multiple meanings. So this is how it works. That you keep moving, how much intense and dense, density and intensity. These are words we can use. Intention, intensity, density. So that closeness is defined by that. They say it is like transmitting from oneself to oneself. But how people understand until that is not perceived. So there is so much that unity is still there is difference. This is how it is. So how much we are attained into that. That is why attainments vary. Even when you come to know, you and that are not different. Still in attainment, variation is there. And these are the stages which are being defined different. Like Krishna says, Bhaktya mam avijanati yavanyaschasmi tattvata tato mam tattato gyato vishate tadanantaram. What is saying? By devotion you come to know how much I am where. So why this is needed? Once you are, it is like a drop it into the ocean. You should be it is in the ocean. No. He said because that identity is there. Some kind of identity you are upholding which you could not renounce. If you become totally free from identity, then you become Guru disciple. That's why we say when we are ignorant, Guru's role is to demolish our ego. When we become knowledgeable, his role changes. Suppose you become infinite, then his role is to tell you that you exist. You will not know. You are expanding infinitely everywhere in every direction. You finding yourself. Then who will tell you? So because you have already surrendered somebody, he'll tell you are there. Otherwise, what is there? See, just imagine. It's not possible. So these are the things. That is why when they realized, they said, Guru Partaram Tattvam Nasti. There is nothing beyond the Guru. It's a way of saying. Those who are of not right mind, they will say, oh, there is nothing beyond the Guru. Then what can be done? It's a problem of language, not of the experience. So this is what called Kutark. So this is the journey. This is how it happens. See, there are certain things which when they are owned by all, then it becomes easier to manifest those, to explain those, and to establish those things. Like this is settled in this land, which we call Bharat, that we consider ourselves Sanatan. One word only. There's no two. The moment you say another word, there will be confusion of priorities. So we do not even say Sanatan Dharma, we say Sanatan. We are eternal. Over. Now, if we are eternal, we must be having some dharma. To exist, you need some dharma. That's what called existence itself is dharma. That you are there. That itself is dharma. Dharan karna. So, like earth is upholding us. It's dharma that it upholds us in a way. So many are, but one of this prime is this, that we are there. It is our duty. So when we are eternal, this is agree. Now it becomes easy. Because we will find somewhere when we want to establish something, agreement is needed. For agreement, everybody has to be on the same page. So we say Sangachadam Samvadadam. So all our whatever is written in our literature, they are just description of the various situations. Whenever people face a problem, so they wrote this is the situation. In this situation, you deal like this. So there's generally a Buddha's time. He used to say Yesha Dharma Sanatana, something in Prakriti he used to say, Ayam Dharma Sanantano. Word used to Sanantano. So anything he found it that this is the correct thing, so he said this is Sanantano. That means this has been our tradition. So this is how people just whenever they need anything, some will come to their mind, oh, this is what applies at this moment. If we see from this saying, suppose you are in situation, you are in discussion. Now there comes a movement. When you feel like if I do not shout, nobody will listen. Now wherever your memory goes, you will look for the principle. So principle says Satyam Bruyat when it comes to speak. Priyam Bruyat, Ma Bruyat, Satyam Priyam. Priyam Chana Nirtam Bruyat Yesha Dharma Sanatana. You speak the truth, you speak lovingly, but just because something is lovingly, don't lie. So this is how it is. Now let's suppose a little evolved. These days I am saying one element can still be added. That is the beauty of Guru Parampara. Here we can, according to the time, we can change things. We say, okay, now it is not relevant. Or something new has come. Now not only you have to speak lovingly, you have to speak beautifully. It should not become ugly. These days what is happening in public discourses is somebody speaks something, in every circle you see. their allegories, their examples are very bad. They are not good. They are not beautiful. Now, if you have to indulge with dialogue with them, then you have to also apply those kind of, then it goes further down. And ultimately, that fight and or something ensues. But it keeps becoming uglier and uglier. So, if all agree, that is where the agreement comes. No, we will not go below this. We will not make our language so filthy that it will not look beautiful. So such things are needed now, because though your language is under what we call, it is still parliamentarian. It is not unparliamentary, but it is ugly. Even in parliament we listen ugly talks. So then whom people will look for? See, if our youngsters, they are coming and they are listening, see, we tell them, oh, don't listen all these, listen to the parliament debate. And there they say, this is what we have heard in parliament. Then what will you say? So you say, even there also you are wiser than them, please go better. They also make mistake. But ideally it should not be the case. So things keep changing. So where from these things? By chintan, by meditation, you come to know that this is the apt thing for now. So always satya shodhan, which we call, these are always refining, purifying the truth. Because truth is not ultimate. Truth is a stage. You can cross even. That's why we in Sahaj Smriti Yog, we say from love to dharma to truth. It's a middle path. And then ahimsa, and then the eternal beauty. And that is what our oldest dictum is: Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Satyam is only beginning there, just because they are using three words. So just the priority is clear. Satyam, it should be truthful. Shivam, because it will lead to the Shivam only, if it is truth. And then it will be, if it is Shivam, then it must be beautiful. There is no way. So that's where we say, when our I means eye of wisdom, become like this, that we don't see, we become in a way incapable of seeing ugliness. Whatever we do, we don't see ugliness. So we become like that, then you are free, home free. Because then whatever you will say will also be beautiful. So this, if whole society has to, that's where I'm saying agreement. This comes from education. Because problem starts when then you say, I don't understand your language until you speak in my language. Like in Mahabharata, no, when this ugly incident happened in those standards. He was drinking blood of Duryodhana. Then that time he makes a statement. They say, come, what have you brought me up to? कितना नीचे गिरा दिया तुमने मुझे, that you made me do all this. Because you were not ready to understand the gentleman's language. This is your language. You understand only this language. Otherwise, what happens is you say, I don't do anything, like Pandavas said, that don't give me anything, we will do bhikshatan and live. He said, you will do, but what for the posterity? You will leave such an example that you were coward. You ask for the minimum. Like Krishna himself said, look, I am going as a Santi Dut. If they are not listening to me, I am asking only 5 villages. So if they are not, then they can, you are coward. So something you need, you are kings in those standards, as was that. So because they were also equally from the same clan. So then, if they say, no, I will understand only in this language, you come and fight, otherwise you are coward. Then that's what the war ensues. See, ultimately dharma has to win. There is no gainsaying that fact. It may take time, but yato dharma tato jaya. So these are all descriptions. People have experimented, you say, or upholded or saw that this is how it happens ultimately. That is why it is called sanatan dharma. That whenever you observe, it will be like this. According to the time, some application may change in certain way. So that is why Guru Parampara. that he knows what is apt at this time, how to apply. But thing is same. So it is always new, and because we say sanatan, that means there is no and no beginning. So it has place for, we are fortunate in so many ways. See, we have all the religions in this country. This makes us, this is a kind of laboratory. You can test yourself there whether you can live with all, accommodate all. And you can accommodate all in right way as it should be. Because ultimately it is, you are looking for, in terms of human beings, you are looking that all humans belonging to this nation, how, what is best for them. Their religions become second priority, but constitution has to evolve to that extent. When it comes to the whole nation, then religion should become a secondary. But they say no, there is a religious freedom. So these are the debatable questions. That what is in the interest of the nation, then certain limitations has to be there. No, whether it is religion or anything, country first. That's what we the people who made this constitution, and that is where these debates go. That did the country start in 1947 or it was already suddenly start? So we say no, country did not start in 1947. Country got divided into 1947. It was big. It became small. But that is how it happened. So there are ways of seeing. As a culture, we are the only culture available in the world who is continuous, because people say China also, but those who don't know the relationship, they only can say such things. Now it is a different country, so that way if you are saying it is fine, but otherwise if you say how the knowledge traveled, then we are alone there on the earth. There is none. That is why the responsibility is more. You are born with that mandate, that you have to uphold this for the welfare of all. You have to keep your country as an example for others, and you have to look after whole world also. Because you have that vision, you have been given this. Nowhere else it is available. Everywhere, somewhere you can. If you debate also, you will find, oh, this is your limitation. Here there is no limitation. Mostly limitations are everywhere around religions. Nations too, because we agree. Now we know this is not a boundary, but we agree that this here from your nation starts here from now. But if we look from the point of view of earth, where is the division? Aren't the same? All countries are nestling on earth. So from where you are seeing, we say no, for the sake of management, let us, like we are living in apartment. Now it is easier to live in one unit to accommodate things. Otherwise, what? We are living in the same space. If you look from a higher perspective, it's like that everywhere. So this is how our responsibility is. Every other places, so nations, we are agreeing, but religions perforce, because we are not able to come out. Those who are supposed to release us from the religions, they are not letting that do. Sometimes something which was positive, force of positivity, unfortunately, now what was meant for your revolution is pulling your leg. So that humanity has to evolve, because when you say such thing, that this is my religion, not yours, then you are closing my mouth. And that law has to evolve to that extent. No, when we are earthlings, then we have a right to comment to what you consider mine and yours. It should be within the limits, whereas because your this thing aim is not negative. Somebody is in darkness, you want to show that you yourself see this light is there. When you choose not choose, that is your choice. I will not say that no, you have to choose perform this. Show that light is there, whether your choice is there to stay in darkness or come to light. That is your role. Customary things or such things have overtaken that. That is the duty currently, that we, without any sense of egoism or big brotherly attitude, humbly we keep doing our duty. That this is how it is. And we are doing that truthfully. We are not, it is not that we are telling at our home something else and we are telling outside something else and another country something. No. It's the same thing we are saying. Simple word. That as Atma, we all are made of the same material. Then why this division? Because of the ignorance. And see whom we take up. Today, if you ask our children that you take an ideal for yourself, you see some head of the nations, how they are behaving. Now, because people have their national interest in mind, first so they may praise. But you look at what happened current affairs. Recently, you say, now they say ki there are some organizations supported by Iran staying in Syria and Iraq. They have attacked US based in Lebanon. First of all, why you have your base in Lebanon? So that debate will go very long. But what is the current position? They attacked, now US attacked them. Killed more than they could kill. Where is this leading? Can you put it as a moral example? That kind of discourse is needed. That they say clearly that no, ideal behavior is not that. Ideal behavior is that somebody attacked you, you go, give a precise strike and bring your people back and don't harm anyone. So how to do that? But nobody is saying. I have seen international newspapers, I am reading and I am seeing what they say. Recently say the election is coming in two big countries. I said must be India's name. What I saw? Britain and America. So our name is not there and they call themselves international newspapers. So from our side also nobody I am seeing in media putting that how come you are calling yourself an international newspaper when you don't know that election is coming in India also, which is the largest democracy, oldest democracy and most vibrant democracy. You are not, you are small, this much small Britain you are referring and you are not naming it. And what you are giving as intro, in big democracy election is coming, US. So how to put an ideal example, everybody has to work at it. Our media is so much lacking into that. They are not putting their own narrative, which is best in the world, wisdom wise, but they are somehow not mustering that courage. Courage is needed to speak the truth. Tell me, will anyone say, well, if you put this logic, that why didn't you put India's name into that article? Only thing they can say, perhaps, is my newspaper, my wish. Then you stop saying that you are aware, you are there to generate awareness. You say you are my person only naming to country. So nobody is debating that. If something is written in English or that to an international newspaper, that's why every language in India, they should be rich in content. Means they should be valued. They are rich in content already, but in current topics and all should come. This is double task on us. Situation is asking for that. So sometimes you have to do more. This is the situation. Freeing people, freeing is important. Our children should be free. They should never feel that aparadh, which is that we are as if we are doing something wrong. And you are not doing, why should you undergo that pain unnecessarily? So that's where then your consciousness is clear in every sense and you manifest it with see, people are manifesting things and they have become powerful by even having, when they are having a myopic vision. But you have the most wide vision, still your things are not, you are not mustering that courage to go to the world and say, should be now, by now it should be like that. See, at that time also Vivekananda could do that. At least he tried at that time when we were there. Though he has his own story that our own people were discouraging him to do that. In that country also. Such is the situation that, but it boils down to very small things. That if you're doing your own small thing very properly, all threads will connect. This we call nitya naimittik karma. That every day what you should do 24 hours in that order, then your consciousness will be well aligned. You will feel better, you will feel connected, and you will feel confident and clear. So this is the beauty of this. And we are saying anywhere anybody has to say, they will come to this. Unity in word, mind and deed. You just see. Everywhere people will have to say this. I am saying openly. There is no other way. In any field, they will realize and they'll say this is necessary. More and more consciousness, because evolving, people will realize that.
In day-to-day life, how do we know? I mean, we are reacting to many situations. We are dealing with so many situations. How do we know that we are dealing it from
Right.
the point of view of wisdom and not from the mind? That is one question.
Yes.
The second is when the soul leaves the body, impressions are on the mind. So when the soul is leaving, which is pure, how do the impressions go along with the soul? So is it that the mind also?
So this is how it is. That what we call ourselves. This keep varying. As I explained one day, that people say antar man and antar atma. So whether the voice is coming is that of the mind or that of the soul. Soul's voice is always clear. Now if we have not attained to that extent, then the voice is coming from mind. Now you have no other way. So because what is the how you know? Soul's voice is very clear. It is very subtle, almost unlistenable. You have to be very attentive to note it. But it will never go wrong. It always is clear. It's never going. And this comes like this. So you have to be, that's why you say focus or attentive all the time. It comes by attainment. Otherwise, it is antarman, which is also okay. Antarman means as much as consciousness and conscientiousness we have earned and made one. So that comes through earning. Now that is our lot, because you can't do anything other than that knowing. So you pray at that time, remember, if something so important, let the right thing come to me. And with that remembrance, you get certain peace at that time. And what then comes, that will be the best suited to your situation. See, again, you should not get colored by the result, because there is no relationship between your karma and the result. This much deeper. You say, na kartatvam na karmani lokash sarjati prabhu na karma phal sanyoga swabhavastu pravartate. That means there is no relationship between your karma and the result of it. This is not the way this world is there. Only with my swabhav it is running. So you have to reach to my swabhav. So my here refers to the divine, the ultimate. So if we have not reached to that extent where it becomes clear, then somewhat alignment because of the practice will be there, and that is how you know that is the best for me. Otherwise, there is no other option. So best you can keep aligning, and when we are more in practice, then it will be more and more clearer to us. Yes, okay, in this situation, this is what I could have done. We become confused when we relate it with the result. Next time, we took a step and then we compare what happened, which is tendency, how this result came. You don't know how the result came. This is entirely different thing which is coming. It's a new situation. It's not result. You have moved from one situation to another. But we are ignorant, we take this is result, because generally it appears like that, no? Result. I asked you water, you bring, this is the result. No, that is a different situation. You went there, you did another act. It's not the result of my asking. I asking is one act, bringing is another act. Both have no relationship. So this is how it is. This is one. The second is, it is not, it is a way of saying, soul is as it is all the time. Only when we get this impression, so much we hammer it, then it is called Jivatma. That means you are hell bent that no, I am not that, I am this only. So then that impression stays there. So it is only with that subtle body which is, so if that I see you overcome subtle body and you overcome causal body, then there is nothing, no impression. You will be as pure as you are, no impression. It's again fresh journey. So only your existence will be there, nothing else. In a way, subtle body which is getting incarnated, not soul. Soul is always what it is. This is only one, there are no two souls. Only because this was because of the ignorance, we call it. That's why I say that second stage, Artharthi. Now he knows that I am there and you are there. But once that impressions of goes, that is what we call subtle body, where this stays, man, buddhi, ahankar. So that as a tendency it stays there, just as tendency, subtle body. So that we call as Jivatma, as just a causal body. That part of which you consider, no, light is coming from there, I am this small soul and that big soul. So but in reality it is not like that. So it is only that subtle body which is getting incarnated time and again. You call it incarnation or anything. That is why Sahaj Smriti Yog says that you reach to that where you unbegin. To begin to unbegin. That you are never born, first of all. And then where is the question of anything? Because you are eternal. Eternal has no beginning, then how come you are born? So how to know? Only through wisdom. When you get wisdom get purified, then you know existence means existence. Why I am? It's a mind which is putting a value 100 years. Next word 2000 years. Mind only playing. Is showing because it is so much close with soul that part of eternity got imparted. So it also considers itself equally powerful. I am the same, but no, you are not. That is that, and you are this. Go that. So value is not. So wisdom. When wisdom comes, when you say no. Eternal means no beginning. Then this all is a play. So if we start seeing right way, then we will start understanding norms of and nuances of the play also. That is why saints have always said this is a leela, this is a play going on. So if we are always seeing from wisdom, then we will slowly keep knowing how the play is going on. That is enjoyment of the world. But you never get riled into it. You just see it from where it should be seen. Don't get attached to that. That's all.